Sounds like a yes to me. And we are back for another live episode of the Kingdom. In case you haven't noticed, 2 out of 3 tonight. Drummy's moving. And we're moving too, slowly. Oh, Rumble's giving us issues again. We might have to just scrap Rumble.
Yeah, I would.
Anyways, we're here. We're glad to be here tonight. We got some beers. We got the best major coming up this weekend, starting in about, 3 hours from now?
Oh shit, yeah. I never even thought about that.
So we would like to welcome everybody across this beautiful country of ours, Manitoba, Sask, Alberta usually, but Auntie Kim's here at Rossman Lake might be tuning into this. Not sure. BC, the Philippines, Russia. But anyways, we're glad you could be here. We're dedicating this show tonight to Jason Aldean. And I'll have to squeeze it in probably again because Drums usually cuts us out for the podcast. But anyways, we'll be back. We'll see you in 30 seconds. Pour yourself a beer. We'll see you then.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Kingdom. As always, my name is Drums, and I'm joined. Drums isn't here tonight. Just me and Jor tonight. Drums is moving, so we gave him the night off. He's probably not going to get paid this week, but I guess it is what it is. Maybe we'll reconnect with him next week. What's happening, Jor?
Just letting Instagram know that we're live. Always underestimate the 30 seconds that I have there to do that. Anyways, what's up? Not much here. We got a couple of days of rain, which is much needed. Courses had a really hot start to the season, pretty green. Thought that was going to be a sign of things to come, but she's been bone dry lately. So cheers to some rain. Did you get any rain there?
Gilbert was absolutely mint last night. Holy shit.
Post rain?
It rained before, yeah. Wow. It actually greened up like yesterday.
Yeah.
And I'm sure my yard outside will do the same. I've been kind of heartbroken about that.
Are you?
If it starts getting dry again, I'm 1,000% watering it. I let it go too far before, so I didn't want to waste my time. But I'll be home for a bit now, so I can upkeep it. So I'll be watering.
I don't mind a bit of slow growing grass. It's tough to maintain when you're cutting
Yeah,
it.
I know. It looks like shit.
Yeah, I know. But the main thing is the golf courses. We just got back from Kelowna. Maybe we should start with that tonight. We had a bit of an agenda for tonight. Had a audible call. Drums let us know not too long ago that he was going to miss out. We thought he was going to be here at 9 tonight, hence the late start. But I guess he's pretty wrapped up in moving right now. So that's okay. We'll move on without him. It seems like it's been a while since we were here podcasting because we did it last Monday. We drove to Kelowna, and we're back now. Reggie, how would you rate the drive?
The way home left a sour taste that I'll probably never drive to another destination again.
Really?
Well, I don't know. Maybe not. It's tough to say that actually, because you know what? I retract that statement. When we came home from Philly/New York, it's always the same shit when you fly into Winnipeg, and then you got to drive 4 hours at the end anyway. So I kind of do retract that statement. Flying out of Brandon would be the most ideal thing ever, or if you lived in a city that had an airport. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
The drive was beautiful though on the way there. Holy shit.
Yeah, I don't think I would have liked that drive as much on the way home when we were trying to get home. It was a good thing we did that on the way there.
Yeah.
So we went We kind of went right across the U.S. border, right along it for hours. We went to see Auntie Kim in Pincher Creek, played a round of golf at Pincher Creek National, or what was it called?
I think just Pincher Creek Country Club.
Pretty decent course actually. I really like those courses.
Yeah.
It's you can't really compare it to a nice city course with a bunch of funding and a bunch of members, but I just love a small town course. Little niner. We got in and out of there in about hour and a half. Walked.
Yeah. Paved cart paths just about the whole way throughout the course. And maybe the whole way.
Kind of underestimated how much walking there would be, how hilly it would be, but should have known. I guess we're right in the mountains. So it was a pretty nice course. Auntie Kim works at Pincher Creek, so she told us where to go, how to play, and we ended up tying. Came down to the last hole. We both made a par, and that might have been the first time in Headley history that we've left the course tied.
Yeah, we had to go.
We had
Always
to
had to drive. Yeah, it was a sick little track. It's about all the most you can expect from a small town 9-hole course, I would say. Greens were mint.
It had everything you wanted. Greens
yeah.
were really good, actually.
Yeah, they were awesome.
Three
Different kind
par
of grass. Yeah, 3 par 5s back to back to back. That's the first time I've ever seen that ever. Probably the last time I'll see it as well.
Couple scenic par 3s. And
yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was. It was $25. You can't really go wrong for that.
Yeah.
We paid a little bit more when we went to Kelowna, the Harvest Club, but we went through Pincher Creek and then up through Osoyoos. And pretty weird terrain, some pretty weird communities in the mountains there. It seems like it's where people go to escape. So
Yeah.
kind of weird vibes going through there. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just so much different than Manitoba and what we're used to here, but
yeah, there's definitely some sketchy shit that could happen there. It didn't seem like there was a whole lot of anything going on there, and you could get away with a lot of shit if you wanted to down there. In a couple of towns, like Cranbrook was normal, Castlegar was normal, but then you get out into the woods, and it's
pretty cool though. I thought it was a good experience.
That was very cool.
I'm glad we took that route. Chaz is in the house. Brothers Headley. Is that kind of like Brothers Osborne?
That's exactly what I thought when I saw it. I gotta stop for a sec because I gotta talk about what happened before the show. I don't know. It's just got my brain in a pretzel.
Okay.
So I made a Caesar. Like I wasn't planning on drinking at all. I was just gonna have a virgin Caesar and milk it for the whole show. I put the pickle juice in. Got all the fixings in there. I'm like, I might puke thinking about it, but I dumped the Clamato in, and there's nothing weird about the texture of the Clamato, nothing at all. And I took a sip, and there was like a
mold,
red, clear red film throughout the whole the Clamato. And I took a sip, and it got like stuck to my lip. So I was like, well, maybe it was just like the hot sauce or something that I put in, like, you know how it like gets hard at the tip.
Yeah.
So luckily, instead of trying it again, I just put the fork in there. Oh my god, disgusting! Does that happen at Clamato juice?
It's tough to say. Clamato juice is kind of weird. I've had Clamato juice in the fridge for 6 months at a time, and then open it up and it's fine. And I've also had it in there for a week or two and got moldy or something weird happened with it. Although I'd say 99% of my experiences with Clamato have been positive. So
right.
I'm not sure what would have happened there.
Remember last year I had the rotten one?
Was it smelly or moldy?
Smelly. And now this one, man, it's hard to even describe. It's just like a layer of thick. Oh, fuck. So anyways, I grabbed two beers, and I'm going to have a couple beers.
Yeah, you tried.
Fuck. I did try. I tried hard. Went for a walk before.
Attaboy.
In a good headspace for the pod tonight. But back to the drive. What was that bridge called? Shit. Paulson Bridge. 275 feet in the air. kind of came out of the mountain on one side and went back into the mountain on the other side and then went down. And we looked back up, and it was just like, holy shit.
Mhm.
Like that was the craziest bridge I've ever been on. And probably I can't see myself ever being on a higher bridge than that. But
You
where the
never
hell
will.
would we be around here?
That drive, though, my ears were popped for probably 8 hours straight, in and out of.
Mhm.
Was hammering gum, chewing gum. Helped a little bit, but also a couple beers. If there's any law enforcement listening to this, they were near beers, 5%ers, just something to sip on.
I was driving and I didn't have any.
Mm. We did have a few naps, though, especially on the way home. I think Reggie slept for half of the drive home. Claims not to have, but did.
No, I didn't really sleep, honest. I just sat there and sweat the whole time.
Okay, so
I don't know what I was sweating out, but I was sweating something out.
we went to the wedding. We went to the Harvest Golf Club. Wedding was really good. One of the funner weddings I've ever been to, for sure. Beautiful place, great crowd. People danced the whole night. I don't think I've ever seen that at a wedding before.
It was all from the start when they cut the father-daughter dance off and went straight into Aussie and called everybody out. That kind of got everybody into it, and then
Crazy train. Soon as
that was
the
nuts, man.
Emily and father dance ended, Crazy train fired up and never left the dance floor for the next
It
4
was like
hours.
halfway through though. The song wasn't even over, and all of a sudden
Yeah.
it just like cut out, and then Crazy Train came on. She posted a video today, so I could, because it's kind of hard to explain to people, but when you see the video, it's awesome. He's so pumped.
It was kind of just sitting, I don't know, like been to a few weddings before, and stuff like that is pretty cool. When you do stuff like that that gets people going and gets the people going, that's what you want at a wedding, I think. You don't want to dick around too much. We're probably at the age now where we've been to enough weddings where we can have the pros and cons, and definitely a pro is when things are moving, things are shaking, and there's not a whole lot of waiting around, just people dancing. I think those are the
Mhm.
best weddings for me anyways. Even people who don't
Yep.
dance were dancing, I think.
Yep.
Lots of liquor was consumed, though. Ruby's gonna have a big bill to pay off into the future. He might take a 50-year mortgage on that one.
And then to the golf, that was right from the get go. I mean, you pull up there and they got your carts with their name on it, and take your clubs to the carts. Walk in,
Some
go to
pretty
the
heavy
range,
bags.
sick range, pretty heavy bags. Surprised, I actually carried mine and put mine on my own cart just to be safe. Didn't really get into a whole lot of beer bags though, or bag beers. Sorry.
No, we had the water hazards going.
Yeah, everything was kind of flowing. Cherries, apples.
Cherries were a
uh,
nice touch.
were they?
Oh, I love that. I mean, you can't eat them, but there's nothing better than fresh fruit for one. But when it's free on a golf course and you can take as many as you want, and
Nothing
they're
better.
the most fresh fruit you could imagine, that's my kind of golf course.
Crazy that I thought because they were free and on a golf course that I was no longer allergic to them, but
The rules don't apply.
it's pretty crazy. That was a wild. I thought I was gonna die on the course, but pretty good place to die if it happened. So I don't think it was a bad choice. Um, Course was sick. Greens were sick. Everything was in pretty damn good shape.
Mm-hmm.
Course ran all the way through the what is it? I don't know. I think I say it different every time I tell someone the story. Is it orchard? Is it orchid? Is it
Orchard or orchard. I think orchard.
orchard? Orchard. Okay, so it's like the fairways ran all the way through the orchard, and then there's orchard behind the greens. It was just everywhere. And then you turn around and you look back in the Lake Okanagan's there, Okanagan Lake. The mountains are there. It was just kind of it's crazy. Like when you take videos and you kind of pan around, like in Manitoba or anywhere around here. Sorry, Shirdo. Uh, Orchid is a flower. But when you pan around in Manitoba or anywhere around here, you kind of get to a point where it's like, okay, that's the end of the video. Like you get to a bush or you get to like
Mhm.
you know what I mean?
I know what you
There's a,
mean.
there's an end point to the video. Like if you did that there, you just do like you'd spin till you threw up because you just keep going around and around in circles because it's like everywhere you look is it was a different kind of scenery on that course. Like it wasn't the mountains that you'd expect out in BC. It was just so nice everywhere you looked, and the course was so well maintained, and the greens were running awesome. Like it was just a great day. Like and the I think the best part about it was that it was so open that you couldn't lose a ball, which is like perfect for like rounds like that. Like we're not trying to play a tight tournament. Like we're just here to celebrate this guy's wedding and have a few beers and golf. And you could blast it wherever you wanted and couldn't lose a ball, I don't think, if you wanted to.
No, that's true. And I did lose a ball in the last hole. I hit one in the water. Still made a par. That was a par 5. Hit driver in the water, yanked the shit out of it. DOD'd
I don't
her up
even
by the
know.
green and
I don't even know where
up
the
and
water
down.
was on 18, I don't think.
It wasn't really in play. I just yanked it. Hit the worst drive of the day. It's pretty far into it at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But the best drive I hit all day. So I had a pretty good round going on. We were playing from kind of a little bit too far up, I think, the white tees.
Yeah, we played the combo.
Yeah. Oh, did you?
Blue and white, yeah.
Yeah. So we played white. It was a little bit, a little forward, but had a really good start. I think didn't make a bogey until hole 8. So I was 2 under going into that.
Holy shit.
Hit the best drive of the day on 8. Feeling good. And I just kind of got, those little weird trees that were everywhere. I don't even know what they were called.
Yeah.
They were like little cactuses, but they're trees. And so I kind of got stuck right behind it. I hit a really good shot to get out of there. So I was 30 feet in front of the green, tried to get up and down, got a little aggressive with it, and ran it past. I didn't think that it was sloping away from it. And then 3-putted for a double.
Oh,
So I hit like 3 pretty good
golf,
shots.
baby.
And then, yeah, just it was a sidewinder, broke about 6 feet, and I left her 4 feet away and missed the putt for a double.
That's shitty.
So that grounded me pretty quick.
Yeah. That's how fast it happens, honestly.
But it's shitty because usually when you do that, it's like something that you do wrong. Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I
didn't
know.
really know
Yeah.
where the fairway was and where, I didn't think those trees were really in play. I hit a really good drive, I thought, and then ended up with a double. Didn't lose a ball, so that's
There's
golf.
actually a chance. There's actually a chance that that's the most frustrating way to make a bogey, like in history of making bogeys or doubles. Like you didn't
Hit a
lose a
good
ball, you
drive
didn't
and
blast one in the bush,
yeah.
you hit a drive where you wanted to. You got screwed on that. You're still recovered, and then you 3-putt, and you just like at that point you could snap every club in your bag and quit the game. But it's even shittier when you have a good round going, and then something like that happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
but we had a couple wild things happen. Like we played number one, and so it was Mertz and I, and then to Joyzy, and then Mark from Kngdom. So Mark and DeJoyce didn't know each other, but me and Mertz did. So we played the first hole kind of tiptoeing around, like didn't really kind of got a feel for it, and then figured out the handicaps on the second hole. And so me and Mertz took those 2 on straight up, and the Jersey hits it absolutely like after we decided what the bet was, hits an absolute dart, hits the flag on a par 3, lands 2 feet past the hole and sucks back and like lips out for a hole in one and
Oh,
sits like 2.5 feet away. No, it's probably like 3 feet, but like I gave him the putt because like one he hit the flag, 2 he lipped out on the way back for a hole in one. Like
and
at
3,
that
you don't
point,
really know him.
just go get the ball, right? I'm not
Yeah.
gonna make him. Imagine if he makes a par after hitting that shot.
Yeah, I agree.
But
But at the
then,
same time, it's like you should never give a birdie putt.
yeah, but if you ever deserve a birdie, let's just take it.
So you give birdie putts? I've been more
Yeah.
lenient lately than I had been in the past. It was kind of a hard rule for me. Was that
Mm,
if it's a birdie putt, you have to make it. I don't care if it's an inch away or 2 inches. I usually finish mine,
yeah.
but but there are circumstances like that where either
It's a
somebody's
guy's
behind
trip.
you
We're
and you just
playing
want
for
to
a
get it out of
beer.
there. Yeah.
Like we're playing for one beer, a side. I mean, it's not like we're playing for $200 a side. Like, and then on 17, we were one down, I think, overall. And yeah, we were one. Oh, shit. Whatever we were, I think we were down one. And I hit a drive into the middle, and I had like 110 left. I think it was that. I obviously it was a lot of
Liquor was consumed.
liquor. Liquor slash others were consumed.
Mm.
Yeah,
Like cherries?
we were in BC, so cherries. Anyways, I don't really remember how far it was, but I ended up ripping it right at the flag, smashed out the cup on one side, and bounced like 15 feet, and I missed the putt.
So you
So we
lost?
could have tied the match. Yeah, we lost the match.
Wow, that's shitty.
I literally smashed the side of the cup out, and it didn't go in, and then we lost the match.
Yeah, that's
Should
pretty tough.
Should that count?
No.
I'm under the impression it's not for hole in one. It should count. Like you literally landed the ball in the hole, and it's not like a different sport where you can just go for it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you can't really subjectively say like it counts for some things, but not hole in
If it
ones.
smashes a part of the cup out,
Well, if that's your opinion on it, then you'd have to say that counts for a hole in one as well.
yeah, maybe. I don't know. I just think that's such a joke, and then it bounces like away 15 feet. Like,
Yeah, I know. That's happened lots. There's also times where you line drive one into the pin and it stops it where it would have went 50 feet by.
yeah.
So that's just the
But
breaks you get.
that's hitting the pin though. I know, Ches. I know that's not the actual rule, but I think it should be. Like you
Reggie
literally,
wants his own rules.
yeah, you literally swish it from 110 yards and it bounces out of the cup.
Yeah, I'm with you. Kind of.
But whatever, it is what it is.
We're not
It was
going
a
to
fun
change
round.
nothing.
Fun round.
I'm still pissed at Rumble. Also, since Drums cuts out the intros here, we should mention that this episode is dedicated to Jason Aldean and his lovely wife, Brittany. This one's for you guys. I'm sure you'll watch it at some point in your life, and we want to make sure that you know that we love you. So let's keep going on here. Kelowna's probably done, I would say. Kelowna Talks. We got a couple things to talk about tonight. The Open. First of all, we've had this discussion many times on the podcast before in terms of ranking the majors. I was under the impression that you thought that the Masters was number one. And then I saw on Twitter today that you said that it was the best one. So where are you at?
From a pure golf perspective, the Open for sure. From a viewing perspective, probably the Masters, just because of the production they put on and everything that's there and all the history because it's at one course. But from a pure best golfer in the world scenario, and best like brings out like the skill, not just standing up there and knocking it onto 15 feet. Like you got to actually, like when Cam Smith hit that putter on the bunker last year, like that doesn't happen in any other tournament. You know what I mean?
I think that kind of went underappreciated for a long time.
Definitely.
Because he basically made that, won the Open, month or two later, announced he was going to the Live Tour, and then people just treated like he was dead.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that.
How about he's not in the featured group tomorrow? That's got to be one of the craziest things of all time.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but not surprising, but still.
Yeah, defending champ.
A little bit too much.
Was number 2 in the world. It's one of those things. They don't really have a choice. Like they do. And it's just the way the world is. If they put him in the feature group, there'd be the people bitching that he's in the feature group. Why is there a live player in there? Why is he in there? Because he's the defending champion and he's a sick golfer is why he probably should be, but I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Yeah. It doesn't make sense. A lot of things don't make sense. Yeah, I don't know. He's a sick golfer. I've said right from the get-go when he left. That was probably the biggest loss that the PGA had was him.
Yeah.
Because he was the man. And people want to see him golf. But I will say, honestly, when he left to live, not that it's just because he left to live, but like at Augusta and at the US Open, like truthfully, like I couldn't give a shit to watch him. I think because he was like, I've been watching quite a bit of golf lately and he hasn't been around. So it's like you kind of forget about him and you don't really, I don't know, you hop on another bandwagon that you like to watch. There's so many good golfers that if somebody like that isn't there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like probably people in the golf world right now would rather watch Ricky than they'd rather watch Cam Smith. Just because of what's happened on the PGA and what Ricky's done in the last little while. And you haven't really heard from Cam Smith if you're not watching Live. And even on Live, is he doing anything? I don't know. I don't know that. Is he?
You know who's doing lots on Live?
The spot between the balls and the ass.
Did you see whoever's running King Golf account commented that under Prairie Golf Co.'s post today? Might be a bad luck.
That, you fucking knob.
Why a knob?
They probably thought it was me.
Well, we'll just say we have a social media manager now.
Me?
Mm-mm.
Nothing.
We'll just say we hired somebody, and anytime that something happens, we'll just say that we let him go.
Yeah, don't worry. That guy got fired. You won't be hearing from him anymore. Yeah. Oh, you saw that tweet? Yeah, he's been let go. Don't worry.
King Golf would like to apologize for one of our team members. He does not share the views of us, and he's gone. Might even be dead. I think we have to throw that in there.
Out of respect for his privacy, he's asked us not to provide his name, so we won't provide any further information.
Yeah, we don't know where he's at.
Let it be known that we do apologize for our tweet that we sent out.
That's actually a smart move. I mean, there's probably not enough people that watch this podcast or listen to it that would catch on to it. Maybe. But I mean, if something ever did happen, I think that that's the route we take.
I think so. If nothing's happened yet, I think we're okay for a while.
It'll be interesting to see how Taylor Gooch does, I think, because he's won 3 out of the last 5 starts on the Live Tour.
Yeah, he's definitely buzzing.
And yeah, I was just going to say, you can say whatever you want about the Live Tour and the competition. He's still playing against Cam Smith. He's playing against DJ. He's playing against Patrick Reed. He's playing against some of the best golfers in the world, regardless of what the OGWR rankings say.
Yeah, that's fair.
Or is that like a Michael Scott thing? Is the R the ranking part of that? Yeah.
It always goes official world golf rankings.
Yeah. So I said OGWR rankings. So it'd just be OGW rankings.
Yeah.
Kind of like Michael Scott, ASAP as possible.
You always say that.
So what were you saying?
I'm kind of stunned. I'm trying to figure out. I didn't check exactly. It really doesn't matter. I was just trying to see before we started talking about AC for next week or for this week, just where he ended up finishing for sure last week. I saw that he was tied for 53rd, but there was like half a round for the leaders to go. I'm guessing it's somewhere around there, but we'll get to that. Sorry, I got to get back into the open here. It will be interesting to see where Gooch finishes. We always talk about on here. You said he beat Cam Smith and he beat those guys. It's also a thing with golf, and that's kind of in our pool, that's kind of the hot hand that I rode. Like, if a guy's playing good golf at the time, like he's playing good golf. That guy's playing good golf right now. It doesn't necessarily mean that he's the best player at the Open, but he's probably one of the hottest, regardless of the tour he's playing on. Right?
Like you're talking Rory or Gooch?
No, Gooch.
Yeah, exactly. Like the guy's hot.
He's playing good golf every tournament. I mean,
he's playing good golf. He's competing. And also, he's beating these guys. The guys that are like the Cam Smiths, who is one of the favorites probably as a defending champion of the tournament. He knows that he's beat him the last couple of times he's played against him. So why couldn't he do it here?
Yeah.
Is Gooch American? He must be.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing I think that what do
He
you
doesn't
think
have a whole lot of experience though. But
Yeah, I know. And I'd be curious to know the percentage of Americans versus Europeans that win the Open.
yeah.
I'm thinking it would be more so European, but I don't know for sure.
I would say so. Yeah. Or guys from I would say guys from like Texas,
Hmm.
where you kind of have to play that same style.
Like the Open winners that I think of were the majority of them were European,
Yeah.
other than T-Dub
Phil.
and Philip. Okay, we got to take a slight break here. We got a question from the Chaz. He's got a question for everyone. Do you have a spare / faithful backup putter? And if you do, have you ever had to put it back in the bag? Reggie?
I have that Scotty Cameron, but in my head it's bent, so I can't trust it. So do I have one? Probably not.
Couldn't you just
I had a
fix
bad
the shaft?
no, yeah, I could. I asked Horn to do it and he never did it. Oh no, that was on a different one. I don't know that how bent it actually is, but it definitely is bent. And there's such a fluctuation between the weight of it and my spider that I have a really hard time with it, like how hard I have to hit the ball
The spider's
with
heavier?
it. Spider's heavier, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, so I
Never
really
used a
struggle
spider.
with it. Like I feel like I just tap putts with it. Whereas the spider, you don't have to really hit it. You just kind of let the ball get in the way.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't have a faithful one though. I had a bad habit in the past of giving away putters instead of
That is a
hanging on
bad
to them.
habit. Yeah, that's a really bad habit.
Sure though.
I was just gonna say that what Sheard said, because Sheard said I keep my backup nearby just to scare my main putter into behaving. And that's funny because I have a couple putters, and every time I have like a couple bad rounds in a row, I like start looking at them, start maybe hitting some putts in the living room with different putters, and then I'll go with the next round and I'll have my best putting game in a long time. It's like the Scotty knows that, you
Fuck
know,
around, you won't be around.
exactly. But I'm proud to say that this is the longest I've used a putter without switching it. Probably going on 2 years now, 2 summers straight without using, because I would always go back between like a mallet, between a blade. I'd watch Tiger play and I'm like, okay, Tiger's using a blade. I could probably hit a blade too. That's what I should be using. That's what I'm missing right now in my golf game. And then no.
I don't think anybody's missing a blade in their golf game.
That blade putter that I have that's blacked out though, the Scotty
Yeah, that's a
blacked
cool
out
one.
blade, that's a sick putter.
Yeah,
I
but
use that for
it
quite a while.
looks nice.
It looks nice.
At the end of the day, man, with putters, like it's all mental, anyways. So it's whatever you feel the best with, in my opinion,
For
anyways.
sure. No, it is. There's nothing that will cure your stroke. There's nothing that will make you have increased feel. I don't think, anyways. Not that I've ever come across. I've used pretty much every putter that there is.
Rory went to a blade for like one tournament, and then immediately back to his spider. And obviously, he won that shot that he had in 18 was absolutely disgusting.
It was pretty sick. Was it a 2-iron or 3?
2-iron. He said he normally
Yeah.
hits at 260, and he hit it from 204. That's how strong the wind was.
That's nuts.
Oh my god, just a little piss cutter. Imagine having trust to hit that shot on the 18th hole.
That was in Scotland, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sick. Hey, I got a question for everybody too. What does it mean when there's crows around? There's crows in my yard yesterday. There's crows in this tree here. Looks like they're planning something almost.
I think they're trying to kill Hank here. It could be after those cats around yours.
You think?
Yeah.
Damn. Ben already lost his tail. I don't know if I ever talked about that on the podcast yet, but I have an adopted black cat now. And people who've been listening to the show for a while know that before I moved to Rossman, my plan was to get a black cat and name him Ben. And I didn't do that. But then Sure enough, a black cat showed up just mousing around here, and he's missing a tail. So he could be dead. He could be alive, but it seems like he
Could
gets
be crow
himself
meat.
into some dangerous situations.
Just
What?
gotta put the lid on your garbage.
I don't have
That's what it
garbage
means.
outside.
It says if you see crows everywhere, it can be an indication that change is coming, or you need to do some rigorous self-inventory, some serious look at your inner self. Noticing crows means you're attuned to your surroundings.
So what do I need to do?
I'm not saying anything.
What did you say? What was the first part though?
Oh, what the fuck? I shouldn't have read this one. Yep, anyways, you're gonna close that out. Nothing. It doesn't really mean anything.
What did it say?
Nothing. Me?
Okay, well, I'll look it up then.
Anyways, back to golf chat.
What did it
This
say?
open's gonna be sick. It just said something bad's gonna happen if you see more than 5.
Okay, that's good actually, because I've only seen 3 at a time.
Okay. Sheard said he has 6. I hate to see it.
6. Oh boy. Me and Sheardo are in trouble. I wonder what's gonna happen here.
I saw 4 yesterday, so I'm still in the clear. But I'm gonna stop looking, I guess. I guess I'm fucked.
Okay, we got lots going on here.
Yeah,
Ches
too much
said,
going on in chat.
what's the LAB golf? Lab golf putter?
Yeah,
Seen it?
yeah.
Oh, Rube's in the house. Santa Claus.
The newlywed.
Whoa, what happened here?
Congrats, Rubes.
Cheers to Rube's. One of the best weddings, if not the best. Ooh, look at my cup. It's nice and sweaty. It's a high noon. One of the best weddings or the best wedding I've ever been to.
Yeah, it was a hell of a day.
I should make mention of being in the wedding party and not getting to sit at the head table. That kind of dampened a bit.
Yeah,
Just-
you already said it at the wedding.
Yeah, I threw it out there
That
for
you had to
everybody
sit
to
with all the
hear.
peasants.
It actually was. It was nice to sit with the peasants. It's kind of weird. Okay. Let's talk about this for a quick second. Is it not weird sitting up in front of everybody?
Yeah, it's awkward as hell.
If you're the groom, if you're the bride, you're like the stars of the show there. But everybody else, and then you just kind of go down the line, and you're just like, "Why are you up here?"
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
So,
but that's tradition, baby. Let's get back to the open here.
Yeah, let's get back to the open.
I say,
Carson, we threw out a poll on Instagram. We should get to those maybe in between some open talk here right away.
Okay.
But here, let me bring it up. Carson said that we asked what we should have more of on the podcast, and Carson said more soup cracker talk. So I had soup today for lunch again.
Let's get back to the open. Never mind. I've said it 4 fucking times already.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll bring up the
starts
stuff here.
right away.
Okay.
Royal Liverpool.
Yep.
Last time I was there, Rory won, Ricky second. Last 2 PGA events, winners, Rory and Ricky. Kind of crazy, no?
When was that? Like 2014?
2014, yeah.
What
like 9 years later. 9 years later, and that
is that the last major he won?
I would say so, yeah.
That's nuts. Like, that's nuts. Rory,
he's winning. He's winning. I don't care who says what. Rory's winning this weekend.
Rory is without a doubt the most overrated golfer that ever lived.
Defend.
He hasn't won a major in 9 years. All anybody does is talk about Rory. Like, think of how many players have won a major, the most significant tournaments in golf. Think about how many players have won since Rory, and all anybody ever talks about is Rory.
I don't think so.
That's the definition of overrated.
I don't think that's all they talk about. They talk about Scheffler. They talk about Rahm. They talk
Hardly,
about Thomas,
no.
for Christ's sake.
I don't hear anybody talking about Rahm.
Yes, they do.
People
All the
talking about
time.
Scotty Scheffler's feet.
What does that mean? The way he swings?
Yeah.
Imagine actually sitting watching the PGA and having the nerve, like, people chirp Scheffler on Twitter, and it's like, what? It doesn't matter how he swings. Like, the
No.
guy is on one of the biggest heaters in PGA history right now. Do you know what? I saw the stat the other day, what he's done lately. Did you see that?
I've seen a few of them, but they all like blow my mind.
I actually can't believe it. You go ahead. I'll try to track this down. Read some stuff from
I actually want to talk
Instagram.
about Twitter because there's somebody on there that's just been showing up in my feed, and I don't really know who he is, what he's about, but I quite enjoy him actually, and I think that we need more people. And his name is Michael Kim.
Oh yeah, the PGA player.
Yeah,
He's sick.
Have
Sick
you
on Twitter.
seen him on Twitter?
Yeah, he's unreal.
He might be my favorite follow in relation to golf on Twitter. And
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
even
so
follow
too.
him, I don't think. His stuff
think
just
so.
shows up in my feed. But he put out a tweet today. I guess he must be a blue check guy. Yeah, he is for sure. But he had a longer tweet. But he just like gave his own perspective of Royal Liverpool from a player
Yeah, that's
in a
sick.
tweet. Talking about the greens, talking about certain holes, talking about things to watch out for. Like
Yeah,
how
he did that at US Open too.
Yeah. Like how
Sick.
easy is that to do for players, for one? And I would much rather see that from Michael Kim than Brandel Chambly. I don't give a shit what he has to say.
Yeah, he's not playing.
He's not playing. So traditionally, like we've leaned on these people because these guys didn't have a voice, but now they have a voice and they have Twitter. And I think it's only a matter of time before people like Michael Kim start giving better takes on golf and just kind of take out everybody but the cameraman almost.
That'd be tough though, because you gotta have somebody while they're playing. And you gotta have the panel while they're all playing.
For sure. That's a good point.
Okay, so Rappaport is by far my favorite follow. He gets it. He's on. He's not your typical media guy.
Yep. You know who's my least favorite? Kyle Porter, CBS.
Yeah, Kyle Porter can fuck off. He's a loser. Rappaport, though, with his T3 at the Scotty Scheffler. Oh. 3 S's in a row. That's tough to do for the old boy over here. With his T3 at the Scotty Scheffler. Maybe that's his new nickname, Scottish Scheffler.
Scottish Scheffler.
Scottish Scheffler. So anyway, Scottish Scheffler has now finished T12 or better in 19 straight events and has finished 5th or better in 7 straight. Ball striking has been generational this year. His season earnings up to $19.02 million. Still has a major in FedEx playoffs left. But then I saw another thing while I was looking for this. It's from your other guy. From your guy.
Ports?
Kyle Ports.
Stifler?
Is that Jason's brother? Could be. Bob's son. Cheryl's brother. You never really know.
Exactly like Stifler. If you look at his small
he does.
pic, he looks like Stifler.
Yeah, he looks like Stifler's brother, actually.
Yeah, worse looking.
In the one movie? When he has his little brother?
I don't know.
Anyways. Scotty Scheffler's tee to green rankings in his last 11 events. Bay Hill second, Players first, Masters second, Heritage fifth, Nelson second, PGA first, Colonial first, Memorial first, US Open third, Traveler second, and Scottish Scheffler Open second. Only one win out of all those. That's how bad his putting has been. His tee to green has been ranked in the top 3 in 10 of the last 11 events. If his putter gets, he might win 20 tournaments in a row.
Two questions here. First one, like, do you think that he's trying to be Tiger Woods too much?
In terms of what?
He's using a blade.
Yeah, maybe he just needs a mallet.
He also has TW on his hat and shoes, or shirt and shoes. I
That's
thought that
sick
was
to me.
weird. It is kind of sick, but also that's kind of weird to me. Like that'd be to me that reminds me of guys who wear hockey jerseys with somebody else's last name on it.
I don't
And
think
that's
so.
and that's just like an everyday guy wearing that. So yeah, it's like you look up to these guys, but like there are I think he even was playing against Tiger Woods when he had Tiger Woods on his shirt.
I think that's sick though.
It's like if you really want to be Tiger Woods, you can't, I don't know. It's it's weird to me. Whether it's right or wrong, it's still weird to me. And I mean, I might do the same if I was on PGA Tour, so I can't really comment. But if you're trying to be the best player in the world, you should act like it instead of like trying to be somebody else.
I think it's almost like hey man, Tiger's the best that has ever played and ever will play.
For
I'll
sure.
rep his shit because I love him and he's why I golf. And I'll still be sick, still wearing his stuff. And he doesn't. I'm kind of pumped about it that he doesn't come up with his own bullshit logo. That kind of pissed me off with Spieth, like his JS logo. Like you're not Tiger. That bothers. The fact that he has a JS logo bothers me more than, and that Bryson has his little logo. That shit bothers me more than Scheffler wearing TW. Because those guys are just trying to beat. Tiger was the only guy that ever had that before.
They got to get a little more creative too. Like you can't just use your initials
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Tiger did.
JS. Oh,
You're
cool.
not.
You're not him.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, Chaz, I agree. It's a nod to the goat.
What? We've talked about this numerous times on here. Probably too repetitive, but like, what makes Scotty Scheffler so hard to cheer for?
Stuff
What
like
is it?
that to me. Like, do you think that Tiger Woods would ever put somebody else's fucking initials on his back?
He's not the only one on tour that wears TW stuff, though. You
He's
just
not,
see it
but
more.
he's trying to be the best player in the world.
He is the best player in the world, I think, anyways. But I don't know. I don't hate it, but that's your opinion. You're entitled to it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like, would Tiger Woods have been Tiger Woods if he was doing things like that? I don't think so.
But I don't think Tiger Woods. I guess. Like, do you think Tiger looked up to Jack the way that these players look up to Tiger?
Maybe, but he didn't put Jack's logo on his hat.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't think he did.
Different level, different time. I don't know. It's to me, it's just the principle of it. Like to me, you're attracted to guys who have that aura around them. Scotty Scheffler doesn't have that.
Yeah.
He's got somebody else's initials on his back.
See, but that's why I think that.
And I'm not saying I don't like him. I actually like Scotty Scheffler. I don't cheer for him. If it was Scotty and Ricky, I'd cheer for Ricky. If it was Scotty and Ty Hatton, I'd cheer for Ty Hatton. Like, but I still don't like wish bad things upon Scotty Scheffler. Like he's a likable guy. I mean, I just don't.
You know what's crazy for me, and it's actually kind of, well, it is very stupid, but it's just I just realized it as I'm sitting here. Like I cheer for guys. It's so crazy, man. It's if a guy's wearing Nike and a guy's wearing Adidas or Callaway, like I'm cheering. I don't care who the guy is. I'm cheering for the Nike guy every single time.
What about Xander?
I don't care. I can't get on
Xander,
Callaway
Xander needs to gas Adidas too.
and Adidas. Callaway and Adidas. Like Rom looks like an idiot wearing a Callaway.
Adidas needs to get out of golf.
They do. Those hats, man, are so terrible.
All day I dream about sex. Like that's who
Yeah.
we're representing here.
Yeah. Nike needs to take them out like they took them out of the NBA shoe game.
Nike needs to bring back making clubs again.
You know something that I've noticed lately, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. If a guy's lined up to his shot and they show him from the side, there's 3 Nike check marks within 3 inches of each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's insane branding. How much if guy's sponsored by Nike, Nike is everywhere on them. Hey?
For what? What's Jess talking about? Oh,
I don't
dear.
know. I don't know.
I thought Ches was mad at me here after bashing Scheffler, but he just gave me the nod, so I must have said something he liked. What else we got here? So Scotty, Scotty's got a realistic chance to win, I would say, for sure.
If Scotty putts this weekend, he wins.
Yeah. Nike Club.
Oh, but same as Rory. Nike clubs, I agree.
TaylorMade and Nike need to join forces, I think. They have the majority of the same players. Just make like a spin-off of certain TaylorMade clubs and put a Nike check on them and bring them back to how they were before too. Like, I don't know that I'll ever get rid of my Nike irons. I've looked at a lot of different irons from above, and I've never seen anything like the Nike clubs. The drivers are whatever, wedges were whatever, the putters were sick, and the irons were sick.
What about the Nike Sam Squanch?
That's probably what put them out of business, honestly.
No, Matt, I don't think it was the Sasquatch. I think it was the Sumo. I think the Sumo put them in the grave. Honestly, that was
I
it.
can't even tell you what the Sumo looks like. I'll look it
It's
up.
like, it's insane. Wait until you see it.
Is that the SQ? No, that's the Sasquatch.
Wasn't it called Sumo? Sasquatch Sumo. Same thing.
Yeah, same thing. The toaster.
Like Rip had one.
This one's going for $200. I'll see. What's Ches saying about Nike and TaylorMade?
Nike engineers from the day had a hand in making Tiger's TaylorMade blades, eh?
Yeah, I saw some documentary about how the clubs Tigers were using weren't really what they said they were. Look at that thing.
What happened to the CCs being put on the drivers? When did that end?
Not soon enough.
Like, remember the TaylorMade 200?
There was a battle though for a while to see who could make the biggest club.
Yeah,
they used to be half size.
who made the biggest?
Probably the toaster here.
Callaway Squarehead was pretty big too.
You should see this club that I have downstairs. I should go grab it quickly. What do we got for time here? Oh, we're already in an hour. Jesus. I'll go. No, I can't leave you by yourself.
It's all right. I can
I'll
talk
try to
about
bring.
Cockerel for a second.
Okay, I'll go get it because it's like a Nike ripoff or a Sasquatch ripoff, except worse.
I can't believe I'm in that. This is the first time in history somebody's been in here by themselves.
No, I have been before.
So anyways, what I was going to say was, wow, this is actually kind of awkward. Whew. Kind of nervous in here. No, I'm kidding. Cockerel, T53 last weekend. He's up to 232 in the OWGR. I don't think Jor puts too much weight into that. Looks like this week he's got his buddy on his bag. He tees off at 8:46 tomorrow at the Barracuda Championship, Stableford format. A little different than any other tournament on the PGA. It's kind of cool to see, kind of weird. He was in the running last year. I think that the way that the things fell, I'm not 100%. No, you know what? It was the tournament last weekend that he played really well at, wasn't it, Jor? Last year?
I don't remember.
Yeah, it was the Barbasol last year. He shot 66. He was dialed on the front.
He made the cut?
Cup. He made the cut again this year. He's now made the cut in 4 of 5 PGA events that he's played in, which that's awesome. Sure, they might, like the Barbasol and the Cuda might be opposite field tournaments, but at the end of the day, he's still playing the PGA making cuts. It's awesome. Drew, I was saying while you were gone, he's up to 232 in the world. Absolutely climbing. A couple good tournaments in a row here. He could be inside the top 200, which, I mean, if we would have said that 3 years ago,
no shit,
it'd be absolutely incredible to think about.
Is that per the OGWR rankings?
Yeah. Do you think
Still, though, like imagine being the 200th best golfer in the world.
Do you think that he wants to make the PGA?
Of course.
We talk about it all the time on here. Do you think like?
Of course.
Yeah, okay. Shiro was laughing when I was by myself.
You don't think that he would want to play in the PGA? You think he's good just hanging on the Euro Tour? Like he has a daughter at home now who lives in Manitoba. Do you think it'd be easier for him to travel to the US or overseas every week? Like I just
Okay, but
feel
now you're contradicting yourself.
no, why?
Your view on the whole thing.
I'm not. I'm saying like if I was Cockrell where he was 2 years ago, I would much rather play on the DP World Tour and tour the world. But he's been there, he's done that, he's played these tournaments, he's played these different countries. And now I think that as things are today, I'm not saying it's right, the majority of the PGA is played in America. So that would be much easier for him to raise a family with. I still think that in a perfect world, the PGA, Live, whoever else wants to be involved would be playing events overseas, but they'd be playing less.
From a fan's perspective, I don't know. Still be gone from home a lot.
Less though.
Yeah.
Okay, ready to see this driver?
Yeah. How bad is that? What is that?
Trying to get the angle right so you can really see it.
What is that?
It's like it looks like a Cleveland knockoff kind of. 10.5. It's got the 1 on it, just in case anybody didn't know what it was. I don't think the size of this thing could be a wood. Picked her up on eBrandon, pretty cheap. Came with a really nice golf bag and a Nike.
I mean,
putter.
that thing looks like it weighs the same as a cinder block.
It's not. It's too heavy.
Do you have any bread in the house?
It's titanium. Yeah, I should put it up to something.
It looks.
How big that is.
Man, next time I come out there, let's take that thing out.
Yeah, if you ever come out here.
August long, I'm coming out there.
Right, Glow Golf. It is just about 5 inches wide. Long, not wide. 4.5 pretty much both ways. Perfect square. Regular flux.
About 20 square inches.
Low torque.
Low torque. Same CC as a car.
Who said that? And the brand is called Confidence, forged titanium.
Okay, we shouldn't. Well, I guess we could talk like this on here. It's just I've been listening to those Rogan things lately, and
Why
he always
can't
just
you
goes.
talk about Rogan?
No,
Like
I'm
the
not
biggest
saying.
podcaster on earth.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying we shouldn't be talking about what's on your screen for the people listening to the podcast because it's like when he just goes off on rabbit holes about what they're holding on the screen. It's so frustrating.
Yeah.
But it's also that thing is insane.
Well, if you're listening to this, I mean, you can find us on YouTube, Vita, and not Rumble. Rumbles doesn't like us for some reason.
How did you get that through the door?
Yeah, with help.
Oh, Jesus.
We do need to do a couple challenges out here, though. I was trying to think of what we could do for. I want to do a righty lefty. I want to do new clubs, old clubs.
Let's do a lefty righty.
Make a day out of it sometime.
Let's do lefty righty August long.
So,
or just righty righty. We'll just play. No, we'll play. Let's start this right now. We will play an 18-hole match. 9 holes left-handed, 9 holes right-handed.
Okay. What's the wager?
August long. I don't know. We'll have to come up with that on the first tee.
100,000 sats.
Yeah. Sold.
Yeah.
Sold.
Any strokes?
For who? I'll give you 2.
One aside?
Yeah.
Okay. It's down. Official. Okay.
So Cockrell's off at 8:46 tomorrow. The Open starts
Our
probably
time?
pretty soon. Yeah, he's at 8:46 our time. So my morning at work is shot.
We're gonna miss like Cam Smith and those guys. They're off at about 3 a.m. So England is 6 hours ahead of us. So right now it is 4 a.m. in well,
So
yeah, 4
it's
a.m.
6
it would be.
6:35 it starts. So do you say it's 6 hours difference?
Mm-hmm.
So they're
They
off at
start at
they're off
midnight.
at 12:35.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind watching them tee off. That's always pretty fun. That's what I love about the Open too. It's like you get up, you wake up, and you don't have to wait for anything.
Yeah.
And you can get up as early as you want to.
So true.
Like was it the PGA or the US Open? US Open was in Cali. They didn't tee
Prime
off till
time.
like 2:00. The leaders weren't off till like 3:00.
Prime time.
So
You didn't like that?
I love waking up in the morning and golf's on.
I thought that was
My
sick though.
favorite thing.
I think it has to be one or the other.
I agree.
Either super early or what they did in Cali. Prime time. Have some drinks, eat supper while you're watching the golf. That's pretty minty too.
I agree. Did I miss anything? I sent a half-ass agenda to the group the other day. I think we got through the majority of it.
Yeah. I guess we'll make our picks. Let's pick 3 guys each. Loser what? Loser has to make the other guy drinks Friday, Saturday of August long.
Let's get anybody who wants to participate in it. Maybe this is going to piss off the podcasters, but that's okay. We can do that once in a while. Everybody make a pick.
What's the consequence?
We should have came up with this before. It's hard thinking on the spot, live on air. Open to ideas too. Open to Suggies here. I was thinking sats because they're super easy to send, but not everybody has sats. Could you send an e-transfer for $5?
Shouldn't.
Oh. I think Dell sent me 50 cents one time because he owed me, and he sent me an e-transfer.
So it cost him $1.50.
Okay, well let's just do for pride. If anybody wants to participate in it, if nobody else wants to, me and Reggie will put something on the line. But we're gonna take the next 2 minutes here. You can say your pick, and whoever wins will get a nice big shout out and maybe a surprise from King Golf. We'll see. No promises though. No promises.
Are we taking 1 or 3 then, me and you?
Economy's in the sewer. We can't be promising too much right now. I say one, just one guy.
All right.
And the closest to the first place wins. If nobody wins, then nobody wins.
Take.
I'm gonna go with. I'm going Cam Smith. I'm all in on this guy. I think he's the best golfer in the world.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see who wins.
He's the best putter on earth for sure.
I don't think I have to announce.
So you're going Rory. Chaz is probably going to take. I can't.
Somebody's going to take Scotty.
So take the next 2 minutes. If you're in the chat right now, throw out a name. If not, me and Reggie will be throwing.
Big Dick Rick says Ches. Xander says Shirdo.
Good call on Xander. I'm taking him in the pools. In the Sats pools.
Anybody in here too? It's if you're part of the King Golf Network, get your picks in. Or the Foundies, get your picks in.
The KGN. We're gonna take over the KGB.
Why? I don't want it.
Rough people up. Get your picks in. So is the cutoff tonight at midnight or before the first shot?
Before the first shot.
Okay. So anybody listening to that who's eligible for the stats pool got till the first shot. So Ches says BDR. You writing these down, Reggie? Your little notepad. I'm gonna make you write some lines one day. I will never pick Rory again in a major. I will never pick Rory again in a major. I will never pick Rory again in a major.
We'll see.
What happened? Right. Okay, tell me this, because like there's lots of stuff going on with Rory. He just won. The last time it was at Royal Liverpool, he won. What if he misses the cut? Or will you admit finally publicly to the world that he's overrated?
No.
No. Oh, Sheardo's off at Oak tomorrow. Is he in the AM? Must be.
Oh, yeah. Good luck, buddy.
Good luck, Roscoe. You dog. Wish I was playing on that. Roscoe will do well.
Yeah, I agree. Rumble for Trev.
Some good picks. Pretty much my pool's picks all been said.
And once again, Scotty Scheffler doesn't get picked for some unknown reason.
I feel like everybody picks him in the pools because nobody wants to miss out on him.
He's the worst best golfer ever.
That's a good way to put it.
Okay, well, let's wrap this baby up.
Okay.
I don't have a whole lot more to say. Hey,
did you see that video of Michael Block holing out with DJ Khaled?
Yeah, I did. DJ Khaled was just going nuts.
He jumped on him.
Yeah, well, I was worried about block party there.
That's what I mean. Like, there's no way I'm holding up Khaled. Like, how much would he weigh?
But then I looked at him, and he's pretty small.
He's short.
He's short.
He'd still be 250 though, minimum.
I wondered that right after I saw it because I didn't realize how short he was.
Did you see the look on Block's face as soon as he realized that he was jumping on him? There's like a very short hesitation of like,
holy shit.
And he really braced himself and like bent his knees too.
Thank God. It said he was 293, but he lost 43 pounds, so he's down to 259.
250, called it. He lost a bunch of weight golfing, actually. When are we going out to Madge?
Ches, you know what? Honestly, man, if I get up to Childs at some point, I'll send you a message and maybe we could meet over at Madge. Jork,
I would go too.
From Rossman.
I would come. I will commit to that.
Because you're not that far, Jork, from Madge.
And I've never played around with Ches before.
Yeah, me either. So we should try to do something like that. It's just tough for me because I'm not gonna I'm going up there next weekend, but I'm not going to commit any time to going to golf because I haven't been up there yet this year, and I want to spend some time up there. Well, really, like if I was up there 4 weekends in a row, I might consider it. But I'm thinking
the biggest eye roll of all time. I even twitched there. I think
I'll try to figure something out, but it's not going to be next weekend. I could go from here any day too, like a Sunday or something as well.
Maybe August long too. We'll be up here. How far? It can't be that far from here. Oh, Trev, good question. Good question. I don't think this has been brought up before, but nobody really gives a shit if we're there or not. Other than Trev. Me and Trev we've had some matches before. So why are we not going to the Tamarack, Reggie? Are you boycotting?
No, we're going to PEI. Me?
We're going to Prince Edward Island, baby. We're going to golf a couple courses there. What's that?
A lot of rounds.
Yeah, we're going to play a lot of rounds there. I don't know. We've done it before. Probably 5 or 6 years ago now, we went to PEI or Nova Scotia to golf. It's just nice to change it up once in a while. And honestly, like, because we go as a group, we rent an Airbnb. We got some air miles. It's probably actually going to be cheaper than going to the Tamarack this year for me.
Ditto.
Between the entry fee, between the beer, between the gas going back and forth. If you're staying out there, Airbnb.
Plus, it's tough to beat a family vacation.
It is,
And
yeah.
there's not going to be any stress on the golf course. We're just going to get to golf for 10 days straight.
Yeah.
Then put the clubs away for another 6 months.
But next year we'll be back at the Tamarack for sure. We're gonna miss it this year. I'm sure when we're in PEI, we'll be thinking about the Tamarack, Clear Lake, everybody up there, and how bad we would be shooting in qualifying, how many F-bombs we'd be letting out.
Ches is asking about next weekend, this weekend, and next weekend. The only way that I could ever make it from Childs is if I left it, if we golfed at like 7:45 and I was back by noon or 1.
By dinner?
But I don't want to commit to this right now.
Is it supper or dinner? That's a good question.
Dinner if you're going out somewhere, supper if you're at home. That's the way I view it.
Really? You say dinner ever?
I say, yeah, go for dinner in Clear Lake.
Where are we going for dinner?
Yeah?
I've never said that.
But I guess like I've been hanging out with those other idiots a lot, and that's all they say is dinner.
Who?
Dinner's definitely American.
Oh, is it?
Like they don't even know what supper is in the States.
Okay, Reggie.
Anyways.
I can't call it anything other than supper.
Okay, Ches, again, what about this question?
Here we go. Here we go. We're not done yet, folks.
No, it doesn't really change my... The time is different in Madge.
Yep.
Right?
They're an hour behind. It's only 9:15 there right now.
So I'd gain an hour.
Yep.
But correct. Then it doesn't change anything if I want to get back to Childs, which is kind of the biggest thing.
Right. That would only affect Ches.
Yeah.
You know what I forgot to talk about? The picks for from Instagram. So the clear-cut winner was John Rahm. The majority of people think that Rambo is going to win. And then we had 3 tied in second, which was Big Dick Rick, Rory, and Cam Smith. And from there, we had Brooks, 4th. And then we had Xander. We had Fitzpatrick. We had Kitayama. Somebody picked Kurt Kitayama to win.
KK. The man.
Somebody said Scheffler. Somebody said
Connor. One person said Scheffler. 1?
Yep.
That's what I mean. That's so stupid. But whatever.
And somebody said Roy. Is that supposed to be Rory?
Rory, yeah.
I was wondering. I'm like, who's Roy?
Roy McAvoy.
And there was a bunch that came after too that I didn't have time to plug in here, but so Rambo seems like the favorite. And we're talking about a King golf trip. So 2024, we might be we're going to try to find 16 guys or girls to go on the inaugural King golf trip. So we're looking for a venue. And we had a bunch of different suggestions. Kenosi, surprising, was at the top. I don't know if they think that we're really limited to a budget, or like I was thinking pretty much anywhere on earth. Where do you want to go as a group? And the plan there is to, similar to the 88 Sats thing, how we work that is that we spend a small amount of money now to buy some Bitcoin, and we wait basically until it appreciates enough in purchasing power where we could purchase our own golf course. And the idea with this golf trip is that we're going to do the exact same thing at a much smaller scale. So we're going to put in, say, like $250 each now into Bitcoin. And then we wait for it. It could be a year from now. It could be 2 years from now. But once that purchasing price gets us a golf trip, that's when we go. So it would take the special kind of person with the special kind of schedule to be able to pull that off. Or the other alternative is like if it gets to a point where we can book it, then we say we have like 6 months in advance, and then you can kind of plan around that, and we pay for the majority of it at that time. But there was Kenosi, there was Sand Valley, which I think would be at the top of my list, honestly. It's in Wisconsin. Wisconsin's beautiful and close, and there's water slides there. So if guys had families, their wives could come. Kananaskis was on there, as Trev said. Actually, there was a few people that said Cranbrook and Kimberley. Did we not go through Cranbrook?
Yeah.
Hard to see though in the mountains where the courses are and stuff there, but Buffalo Point. Somebody said Winkler and Madge. Big Cedar Lodge. I think that would be phenomenal. That's in Missouri though. I think that's up where Tigers course is, right?
That's where they played that match.
At Big Cedar?
Isn't that with the 19th hole?
That's not the Tigers course.
I think that's it, isn't it?
Oh, that's what it's called?
I think so. I think that's the whole property.
Because it's in the Ozarks, right?
Yeah.
That's where I would choose to. That's 17-hour drive. Scottswood Links. Yeah. We drove through Missouri on the way to Missouri's like the grossest state of all time. Like on the freeway, man. We were driving through there and legitimately every 30 seconds there's a dead deer on the side of the road. And you know how like in Manitoba, if there's a dead deer, it's not there very long because either highways or the parks or whoever goes and picks it up and gets it out of there, or the birds shred it, or a coyote takes it, or a wolf takes it. But because these highways are so busy, like the interstate there was no birds, there was no other things happening there, and nobody's going to stop and clean it up because there's a million cars going through there. So there was just carcasses of dead deers every 30 seconds going through Missouri. It was disgusting.
That is gross. It's called Paynes Valley, but it's at Big Cedar
Paynes Valley, right?
There's like 6 courses there, I think.
And it's in the same property as Big Cedar?
Yeah. No, Big Cedar's like the place.
Oh, the whole property.
Like it would be like Breezy Point.
I gotcha. That would be sick. I would love to play Paynes Valley. That 19th hole looks so sick.
Yeah. I don't think it's that unrealistic to play something like that.
I don't think so either. I think you just got to book it.
Yeah.
There was also Scottswood Links, which is, I think that was Clayton that said that. He said a really fun course. I'm pretty sure it's Clayton. Somebody said Elmhurst, like we're just able to go golf there as a crew.
I wonder. Yeah. Can't.
Cabot was number 2, obviously. Somebody said Vegas. I think that would be a sick golf trip for the boys and girls. We stayed in the Mesquite, Nevada. There's like 10 courses there.
Yeah, that's sick.
What course is there again? One of the nice ones. Wolf Creek, maybe?
Yeah.
Elk Ridge, Waskesiu, Falcon Lake, Invermere, Panorama, Reynolds Lake, Georgia. That was an interesting one that I wanted to look up, actually. And then Banff, Stewart Creek, and Mickelson National.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about it. Lots to figure out still. If you're interested, get a hold of us. We're hoping to make it a reality in the next couple of years. And that's the plan. So pretty much hoping for the best. I mean, it's going to be similar to the 88 Sats thing because you're going to put in $200, for example. It might be a little bit more. And then there's a chance that you could go on like a nice golf trip for, say, $4,000 worth as it appreciates in purchasing price, or it goes to zero. It's kind of like a nice trade-off there where like there's the risk reward there. Same idea, just at a much smaller scale. So Reynolds Lake, Oconee, is that in Georgia, Ches? Because that's where this said Georgia. Anyways, that's enough for tonight, Reggie. We got through an episode with just 2 of us. Shout out to Drums, our usual host. Going through a move right now. Not nobody's jealous of Drums right now.
No. Moving might be one of the worst things ever.
Oh God.
Worth it when it's done, but it sucks so much.
Yeah. What's before we go, Ches, what's the scoop there? What do you know about it? Give us some inside take.
He's not going to be able to do it in the comments.
No?
I don't think so. How could he?
Okay.
Well, maybe. We can wait. We can wait. I think he's a little delayed, but.
Well, it doesn't seem to be. Anything else, Reggie?
Not really.
What are you most excited for the weekend for the Open?
Watching Rory hoist it.
The best trophy too. That's another part of it. Like the claret jug.
Yeah, it's sick.
That's the best trophy in golf, I think. Like, do you see the thing? What? The
Masters is
green
pretty
jacket.
sick, man.
But their trophy's dog shit.
No, I like it.
Like the little fucking office looking thing or
Yeah.
whatever it is. That's weird.
I think it's kind of cool.
You can't drink out of that.
They did big break there.
Ooh. They also did big break at Mill River PEI.
Yeah, I don't like to
You know
talk
that?
about that course. They charged Easton full card for riding along, so they
Still
can
a
get
nice course
lost.
though, and they did the big break. We should do that next year.
The big
Big
break.
break.
Yeah.
I think that would be so much fun. It would provide so much good content, and people would actually be interested in sponsoring that, I think, because it'd be something so unique.
Yeah.
Like,
Don't
for
give up any
example,
ideas. Don't give up all your ideas on here.
McMunn and Yates
Don't
donate some
just put it
glass.
out. Don't just put it out here. Don't put it out into the air. Somebody will steal it. If you really
No.
want to do it, don't put it out there.
No, you got to put it out there. Can't keep things upstairs. Okay, Reggie. Shout out to Drums. We'll be back here next week. It seems like the crazy part of summer has passed now, which is kind of nice. I know.
Not for me.
I know people are still going to be busy, but I don't think like it's going to be busier than the stretch we just went through for me anyways. And I think that that's probably the case for most people, but hopefully we can get some golf in. We have to get out to Deloraine. That's a priority for August. We're going to get out to Deloraine. If anybody wants to come with us, you're more than welcome to. We're just going to go out there, check out the course. Never been before and have heard a ton of good things. So that's pretty much the only thing we got in August other than PEI, Tamarack. But let's get out of here. Thanks, everybody, for joining in tonight in the chat. Shout out to all the podcast listeners later. If you're watching this on Rumble,
let's have some good open viewing this weekend.
Are you going to be tracking?
Well, actually, me and Easter playing our first ever tournament together on Sunday.
Ever?
Playing in the battle for the belts. Well, 2, man.
Me and Bridge even beat you guys at that. Okay. Anyways,
what it is.
Good luck, Reggie, in the Battle of the Belts. Is there a mixed belt?
No. We're not trying to win.
Just there for a good time.
I should give actually a major shout out to the Battle for the Belts. Like, they're doing some really, 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 really good things at Gilbert. They donate all their proceeds from the tournament back to the golf course. They got that really nice sign when you come into Gilbert. That's donated by their tournament, and I'm drawing a complete blank right now, but they've committed to doing something else very big for the golf course recently, and I can't think of what it is right now, but they put on a good tournament. I think there's 63 teams, I think, this weekend of 2. So a pretty good turnout. Always a good time. Championship belts to the winners. Boston Carlson and his Uncle Dale are defending it right now, so it should be a good weekend.
And you're in it. That's Saturday?
Sunday. After a wedding for both me and Ace, so we'll see
nice.
how we're holding up.
You guys should kill it.
See how we're holding up.
Okay, let's hit the road, Reggie.
Okay.
See you sometime.
See you next weekend.
See ya, everybody out there. Drums, if you're watching. Love you, boys.
Drums, if you're watching. I'm sure he's not.
We'll see you next week.
See you next week.